immigration. We're all descendants from immigrants somewhere along the way. From those brave men and women who journeyed for a few miles, or who went on epic voyages in a true pioneering spirit. These stories speak volumes about our heritage. In this video, we will learn to write immigration stories with the focus on our ancestors. Note that any material in this course can be adapted to your own immigration story if you're an immigrant yourself. So break immigration stories into 4 parts. Number 1, why did the immigrant or immigrants leave their homeland? Number 2, what was their journey like? Number 3, what were the challenges they faced when they arrived? And number 4, how did the immigrants overcome adversity and resettle? So part 1, why did your ancestors leave their homeland? Maybe it was because of devastating plagues, hopeless poverty, religious persecution, crippling crop failures, war, perhaps, or maybe the grass simply looked greener on the other side. If you don't know the reasons why your ancestors immigrated, draw from a pool of already written stories. Feel free to fictionalize your story as you include a few imaginary but credible details. For example, debts were mounting, so were the smallpox and whooping cough epidemics. Should Billy and Lisa travel to the lowlands and humble themselves in the soup kitchen? Or should they heed the call of the new world and set sail for the shores of America? Make sure you include how families may have been split up because of an immigration, or communities or clans, for example, using imagination. Here's a good sample. As the clan chief stood on the dock and bade a silent farewell, imagine how he felt as he watched a ship of his clansmen and women slipping away into the thick, swirling mist. Write about what your immigrant family's daily life might have been like before they left and how they may have felt about the bold step they were about to take. Part 2 is the actual journey to the new world, the country over the sea or the next village. Elaborate on the modes of transport: crowded trains, open trucks, creaking wagons, small or large airplanes, bare horseback, passenger or cargo ships. By the way, passenger lists are readily available online, and they're really handy for tracing your ancestors' journeys across the waters. When you write about the journeys, describe nature, like the rugged landscapes, the threatening wildlife, the ruthless weather, and so on. Explore the emotions they may have felt on their voyage, the fear and uncertainty, the nostalgia and the hope. Here's an example of a 19th century journey. The voyage was supposed to take about 4 weeks. Instead, it took 16 rolling weeks of storms and counterwinds. Food ran out, and cholera, dysentery, and measles moved in. Part 3 explores the many challenges the new settlers faced when they arrived in their new home. Were there language barriers? Use some dialogue here. Were there places to worship? You could include some spiritual verses here. Were there jobs available? Your stories could explore salaries, cost of living, pride and humility here. Were the immigrants quarantined? Inform your readers about some of the sicknesses around in those days, perhaps. Were the immigrants facing a new type of weather? If so, how may this have felt to them on a physical level? Describe all the sights and the sounds. Were the immigrants discriminated against? This is very likely, and most races have been through this at one time or another. Research the times and address the subject. Don't hold back on your immigration stories. Don't sugarcoat how your immigrant may have felt when they arrived. Let them speak their absolute truth. The fourth part of your story is about How the immigrants overcame and resettled. Did they deal with hardship by turning to faith or community or music? Include song or poetry lyrics here, for example. And what about money? That would be very interesting information and would show how they were managing in their new lives. Talk about the work the immigrants settled into, their possessions, the food they ate, the family they held dear, the stories they may have told, and the strong resolve in their heart. Select an immigrant ancestor and write about their experience as you follow the 4 steps. And with a true pioneering spirit, tell the stories of why they left, their journey to the new world, the challenges they faced, and finally, how they overcame adversity and resettled. Give your immigrant ancestors a regal place in your biography so that their faded names and their grainy photographs and their tea-stained documents may blossom forever in your family tree.